It was a stormy Friday night when Detective Julian Cross arrived at an upscale townhouse on Manhattan's Upper East Side. Rain tapped against the windows like a warning. Inside, silence. Except for the faint echo of a siren in the distance. On the cold marble floor, David Lancaster lay dead. A hedge fund titan. Respected. Feared. But tonight, nothing about him looked powerful. He looked betrayed. Julian took a slow breath, his eyes sweeping the room. Blood was smeared across the tiles. No broken locks. No signs of struggle. Only a shattered wine glass, and an antique grandfather clock, frozen at 8:47 p.m. Who found the body? Julian asked the officer on scene. Housekeeper. Said she came late, found him like this. She was pale. Shaking. I just walked in and saw him. He was already gone. Julian didn't respond right away. He didn't believe in coincidences. He believed in patterns. And this one had just begun. The next morning confirmed what he suspected. Poison. No wounds. No signs of forced ingestion. But the wine? Clean. So how did the poison get into his system? Julian reviewed the security footage. Nothing suspicious. Only two visitors, his ex-wife and his lawyer. Both left hours before the estimated time of death. And yet, the clock. 8:47 p.m. Julian couldn't ignore it. It wasn't just broken. It was stopped. Deliberately. He scoured the study. Books. Old files. Dust. Until something caught his eye, behind the third shelf, wedged between false panels, a hidden camera. It wasn't part of the security system. It had its own power source. Its own agenda. One file. Titled, Don't Trust Anyone. Julian hit play. The footage showed David sitting on the couch. And across from him, Julia Reyes. Young. Sharp. Elegant. Not in any visitor logs. No ID. No trace. She raised her glass to him. You always think you're in control, she said. David snapped. You don't know who you're dealing with. I know exactly who I'm dealing with, she replied, calmly. Moments later, David collapsed. Poison. Quick. Silent. Efficient. Julia stood up. Took the wine glass. Leaned in. And whispered, You're the first. But not the last. Then she walked out, and vanished. No digital footprint. No prints. No witnesses. Julia Reyes didn't exist in any system. Because she wasn't meant to. Julian dug deeper, cross-referencing old intelligence logs. And then, he found her. An undercover operative. Working a covert sting on financial corruption, blackmail, and murder. David Lancaster was part of a larger web. And Julia? She wasn't running. She was hunting. Detective Julian Cross closed the case quietly. No press. No charges. Only a single file, sealed in an evidence locker marked, classified. Sometimes the truth isn't justice. Sometimes the killer isn't the villain. And in the darkest corners of the city, justice doesn't always wear a badge. Sometimes it wears red lipstick and a steady hand, sometimes the truth isn't justice. Sometimes the killer isn't the villain. And in the darkest corners of the city, justice doesn't always wear a badge. Sometimes it wears red lipstick and a steady hand. You're watching Twisted Truth. Like and subscribe for more unknown twists.